Good evening. Richmond residents are seething after the most destructive firebombing in the history of Melbourne's tobacco wars. A dozen businesses were damaged in an attack the local mayor says reminds him of the IRA in Belfast during the 1970s.
Explosions, smoke and sirens. A snapshot of Melbourne today.
This is the type of stuff people see in Beirut or Belfast back in the day, not in 2026 Melbourne.
More evidence the tobacco wars are firing once again.
I can't breathe.
4 a.m. on Richmond's Victoria Street, a tobacco shop firebombed, the third in 6 days.
There's a bombing here, there's a bombing there. It's literally like in Belfast in the 70s.
But this time, the collateral damage was unprecedented.
We look like we have 12 commercial businesses within that one building and all have been significantly damaged by fire.
Now with this, I don't know how we're going to get back and work again.
The blaze tore through the roof, spreading rapidly, taking more than 80 firefighters to even control it.
I couldn't sleep all night. Yeah, I was scared.
10 days ago, the writing was on the wall, a blackmail note from the Commission.
They're not leaving any tobacco shops unmarked.
The arsonists left behind a jerry can, plus the Mazda used to ram the shop, in the process shutting down one of the city's busiest thoroughfares. Tobacco firebombings have become a regular fixture in Melbourne, but none before have done so much damage to neighbouring businesses. For some, this could be the final straw.
Since the pandemic, we're not doing well.
It's unbearable for some of the businesses. We hope this situation will be better.
It's got to be dealt with at the highest level. It's the number one issue.
Jordan Quinn, 7 News.
Friends and family are saying their last goodbyes to a young Epping footballer who suffered catastrophic injuries in a 1 in a million head clash. There's now mounting pressure on the council to investigate if the cricket pitch in the middle of the oval is safe.
The final siren never sounded at Saturday's game in Laylaw. Today, there are grave fears that third quarter could be the last Nathan Fitzgerald will ever play. The beloved 27-year-old is now receiving end-of-life care after suffering catastrophic brain injuries during the match.
It's such a tragic situation, 1 in a million accident.
The shattered Epping Football Club is now calling for an investigation into the way concrete cricket pitches are covered. The incident sparking fears sand and synthetic grass failed to offer players enough protection. Today, other parents were inspecting it for themselves.
These are more than just head knocks. They are brain injuries and, this can happen, unfortunately, any time.
As family and friends made the heartbreaking journey to Nathan's bedside in hospital to say goodbye, an outpouring of love and grief flooded community pages online. Absolutely devastated, Nathan Fitzgerald was one of the most down-to-earth and genuine blokes I've ever met. Mr Fitz has been my big girl's favourite teacher since starting at Mernda Central. I hope he knows just how big an impact he has had on her. Truly heartbreaking, a ray of sunshine and such a happy bloke. Love you, Fitzy. Local clubs plan to honour Nathan with a moment of reflection ahead of this weekend's games, while his friends have launched a fundraiser to support his devastated family. Children paying tribute to the much-loved teacher in different ways.
Thought I would have a kick, and I was wearing my jersey today in respect of what happened yesterday.
Nathan has been immortalised by his footy club, his number 34 declared forever Fitzy. Christy Mayer, 7 News.
A man is on the run after allegedly stabbing 2 women at a home in Melbourne's northwest. The accused attacker arrived at the Sydenham property just after 11 o'clock last night, where an altercation broke out. Police say they are all known to each other. The victims suffered serious injuries while the attacker fled the scene. To developing news now, and China has test-fired a nuclear-capable long-range missile close enough to Australia to set off alarm bells right across the Pacific. The highly provocative and calculated act of intimidation came just hours after the PM signed a new defence treaty with Fiji. Whoa!
As the Prime Minister enjoyed Fijian dancing in Suva, a Chinese submarine in the South Pacific was about to launch a nuclear-capable ballistic missile, placing our shared region on high alert.
Australia has been clear with China that we regard this as destabilising to the region.
They're like the neighbourhood bully, aren't they? So, you know, they're sort of up late, drunk and burning the fence.
Chinese state media confirming the Navy on Monday noon Beijing time successfully launched a strategic missile carrying a dummy warhead, which landed precisely within the designated waters.
We were informed by China today of its intention to do this test. We are very concerned.
This the latest escalation from Beijing in the hotly contested Indo-Pacific. September 2024, China test-fired a similar weapon, also with a dummy warhead, from land into the Pacific. And in February last year, its Navy circumnavigated Australia, conducting live fire drills without warning.
This underscores the need for countries of the region to work together.
Today's test, right as the Prime Minister inked a historic military alliance with Fiji that includes a mutual defence clause.
An attack on Fiji from an outside force would trigger Australia's full support.
It does not threaten Fiji's relationship with China, nor Australia's relationship with China.
No expense was spared in the traditional welcome for Anthony Albanese, who, after a thumbs up from his counterpart, downed a bowl of kava, keen to keep friends close in the Pacific. Both nations' security tonight squarely in the spotlight. Hugh Whitfield, 7 News.
Live now to Josh Martin outside the Chinese embassy. Josh, what will our government do in response?
Good evening, Mitch. The Albanese government is not impressed. Diplomatic conversations have been taking place all day here in Canberra and over in Beijing. The Foreign Minister, Penny Wong, 7 News understands, will raise this issue at her next face-to-face meeting with her counterpart. Australian officials were only given an hour and a half's notice before the test firing took place. It's international practice to give 24 to 48 hours notice when these sorts of firings take place. Now, Anthony Albanese will wrap up his meetings in Fiji tonight. He'll then fly to the Solomon Islands in the morning, where he hopes to strengthen our defence ties with Honiara. Military experts warn we can't compete with China. We must work closer with the United States and our Pacific neighbours. Mitch?
Josh Martin in Canberra, thank you.